I believe like with my sport, because of the amount of people that are involved in it, you know, you're not just fighting the other guy that was trained by the other coach over there on the other side of the ring. You know, you're also fighting the referee. You're also fighting the judges. You're also fighting the fans around, you know, the friends, the family, the ones that are booing at you. You suck, and trying to get in your head while you're like 9 years old. You know, we're just kids learning and fighting. What that did for me, it made me who I am in every aspect of life.
Pressure can shape greatness, but it also exposes weakness. Teofimo Lopez has always competed with urgency, charging forward with confidence, explosive speed, and an unshakable belief in himself.
Oh my God!
My father said, you gotta be an entertainer. He was seeing everybody else, all the other kids. He knew I could beat every kid. However, he just wanted to add a little bit more sauce into me. And what was it? He said, be different, have fun, enjoy yourself, entertain. And I always had that in me. I started boxing at the age of 6, officially. But before that, my father had me fighting and doing Taekwondo at 2 years old. So let's say from 2 all the way to 17, for 15 years, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't believe in myself like my father did. I did not. What my father instilled with me, and it stuck with me, were a lot of things that I could really say that has improved my living. Don't get hit. He always told me that. He's like, you know how to box, you know how to do this, just don't get hit. All he had to say was don't get hit, and I already knew what that meant.
Yeah. 1, 2. Right hand again. Give me that right hand, baby. Give me that right hand.
Don't show it!
Don't show it. Okay, go. Come over here. Too fast for me. Go. Yeah. That's it.
From his Olympic beginnings to capturing world championships, his journey has always felt rushed, as if he never intended to settle or wait his turn. He pushed for this matchup because Shakur embodies what Teofimo can't simply overwhelm with passion or intensity. Discipline, precision, control.
Here. Get over here. That's what we've been waiting for, man. Working on drills, foot drills, hand-eye reaction, everything. You know, my guy, TA, Go Feet Formula, that's what's about to happen right now. I'm about to enter the whole matrix.
So like you know, we already here. Fight week is on, and we at the UFC Facility Center. I've never seen him this great since right after the Olympics when he turned pro. Very explosive. Now it's a take back, and we just trying to focus on that and going to the next level, man, and taking over the 140 weight division, and that's what we focus on right now.
Their journeys first intersected years back. Two Olympians, both molded for elite success, constantly mentioned in the same breath yet never sharing the same canvas. They moved side by side, like separate tracks waiting for the moment they finally crash together. Teofimo's approach thrives on power and belief. Sharp surges of offense that can steal rounds and shift control in an instant. He's the kind of fighter who draws energy from timing, movement, and the reactions he forces out of his opponent.
So it's really just trying to just keep it going, you know, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You know, you gotta have fun with what you do. You know, I love this. You know, I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. You know, this has been 20 years in the making, 20 years in this, you know, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready, you know, and emotionally, oh, I'm on fire, you know, I'm on fire with it, you know, because all I ever did was try to be great, you know, and it's no longer trying, I am great. And it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get, because tomorrow's never promised.
When everything clicks, like it did against Lomachenko or Josh Taylor, he appears unstoppable. Clean, inventive, and fearless, pushing opponents to match his pace or fall behind. Preparing for the Stevenson bout, Teofimo has been working closely with his father, Lopez Sr., putting greater emphasis on round management, discipline, and more calculated combinations in daily training. That's the full Teofimo experience. Flashes of brilliance paired with real danger. A skill set capable of delivering huge victories or falling apart just as quickly. He's always hunting for moments that don't just win fights but define them.
I'll tell you like this, a lot of these people, they're so ambitious, and it's okay to be, you have to. But the thing is, sometimes you don't get it because you're probably not gonna carry it the right way. You're probably not gonna be a people's champ. You're probably just gonna spend all your money, like a lot of these fighters do, on yourself rather than giving back. You know, it's all about being a people's champ. Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time for those things. You know, and he made a strong, strong impact in this sport.
That's two.
True mastery doesn't announce itself. It shows up every time. Shakur Stevenson has approached this moment as if it was always part of the plan. Steady progress, no shortcuts, no wasted movement. Like his opponent, he's an Olympian, but his mindset is different. Shakur understood early on that boxing favors the fighter who processes the action faster than it unfolds. This collision has been building for years, not because Shakur hunts for big names, but because they eventually come to him. And Teofimo has always stood out as the most explosive test waiting at the door.
How he stay long and keep that angle.
Yeah, he keep angle.
Keep his head off that
Position,
fucking
man,
line.
just in case. Especially with somebody fast like him with timing. You can't be out of position.
Yeah.
He strong as hell. He picked me up in there. It was fun though. Just to be in the ring with him, share the ring with him, test his IQ out a little bit, see some of the moves he doing, and I'm gonna go take with me when I go fight. So I appreciate Dre.
You go run it back again?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Shakur's approach is built on reduction. He removes angles, limits choices, and slowly drains belief until opponents are left missing shots and questioning their own sense of timing. He isn't chasing highlight moments. He's investing in time. Winning exchanges, controlling space, and piling up rounds with precise counters, efficient movement, and footwork that feels impossible to solve once you're forced to follow it. Along his rise, Shakur has surrounded himself with elite minds, absorbing insight from figures like Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, and Terence Crawford. That mix of perspectives has helped shape a refined, adaptable approach heading into the Lopez fight. Setbacks have never defined him because the same mistakes rarely show up twice. He studies, adjusts, sharpens the details, and returns more complete than before. Shakur wants this matchup because Teofimo represents disorder. Raw energy, unpredictability, controlled chaos. And Shakur has built his entire identity around one belief: no matter how dangerous chaos looks, discipline and intelligence can break it down.
It's
looking bad today. That's how it's looking. Cool gonna break some and if he don't break some shit, he gonna beat the fuck out of him. Over this. Oh. Nice. Oh. Kill in reverse.
We don't care who it is. We have no friends. Shakur, if his cousin get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. If his brother get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. We have no friends. Strictly business.
Tava framed it as a matchup that looks chaotic on the surface but is really a thinking man's fight underneath. At its core, the outcome hinges on a simple reality. If Shakur controls the distance and commands the center of the ring, the fight tilts his way. If Teofimo can create sudden bursts, crash the space, and force exchanges, he has the power to flip the night. Tava also emphasized the details that often get lost when trash talk takes over. Conditioning, mental sharpness, daily discipline, the unseen habits that keep a fighter composed when the pressure peaks.
If you see Shakur controlling the distance, giving him angles, keeping that fight sort of in the middle, you gotta favor Shakur. But if he's on the back foot, if he's on the ropes, I mean, that's going to give Teofimo a lot of opportunity.
And that attention to detail becomes critical when every round feels like a lifeline. Tava highlighted Teofimo as a master of combination punching, capable of chaining shots that can quickly turn a clean exchange into a serious problem. That's why he stressed that Teofimo needs to press in controlled bursts, not reckless flurries. Otherwise, Shakur can punish mistakes and drag him through a long, grueling night.
And what makes Teofimo, I believe, dangerous in this fight, he throws both hands in succession. He's a combination type puncher, and that always serves well if you got a real slick defensive fighter in there.
Tava even drew lessons from the past. Against fighters like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, Teofimo transformed, becoming a sharper, more dangerous version of himself. According to Tava, the only Teofimo capable of beating Shakur is that fully locked-in, highly focused fighter, precise and aggressive, using footwork to get inside. But he also reminded us that Shakur has the skill set to stay calm, think several moves ahead, and play the cooler chess game in the ring.
Like I said, could be, leaning toward becoming the face of boxing, because with Shakur being undefeated, having a big name like Teofimo Lopez on his record, he's gonna have to then.
With sharp timing, precise counters, and now the frame to carry power at 140, Shakur can transform into the kind of fighter who makes ordinary opponents look small, just like he did against Zapata. Tava's takeaway? Back the boxer if the game plan works. Respect the danger if Teofimo seizes the night. And above all, recognize that this fight is a pivotal crossroads for both men, one that could define their careers.
Put him in there with all these big names and see, can he beat one or two more guys and become the real fighter, the king around that 140, 147 division. It's a lot of action there, Mark.
Right after Tava broke down how Teofimo needs to be at his absolute best just to challenge Shakur, Wade Plemons steps back and reminds us why this fight truly matters. In his words, it's prime versus prime, a level of boxing rarely delivered without a decade of build-up. He kept emphasizing that this isn't about titles gathering dust, it's about perfect timing. And he's right. These two have circled each other since their amateur days, and now there's nowhere left to hide.
Shakur has the same opportunity. This is Shakur's toughest test, no doubt about it. The Williams-Zapata fight was a tough test because of the style of fight that Zapata brings, but Zapata is not the boxer that Teofimo Lopez is. It's just not even close to the same category of boxing ability, technique, skill, experience, higher level. Like, it's not even close. So Shakur is going to have to answer those questions as well. If he believes, and he does, that he's the best in the world, this is how you...
When Wade discussed the face-off as the first mental exchange, I appreciated that he wasn't looking for fake aggression. He was observing posture, eye contact, and who was engaging with the questions versus just playing to the interviewer. That's where the fight really begins. He made a sharp observation about Teofimo actually respecting Shakur's skills, his movement, his inside-outside game, and that matters because fighters who dismiss opponents get caught off guard, while those who respect them prepare. Wade also challenged a common boxing myth, pointing out that the sport is too fixated on spotless records and shiny belts instead of the quality of opponents beaten. That hit hard, because Teofimo has already shown he'll face the heat, taking on the likes of Lomachenko, Taylor, or anyone dangerous.
Traps for Teo in the fight continuously, and then eventually turn the temperature down on Teo and essentially try to starve him, right? Starve him of punches, starve him of volume, starve him of momentum and rhythm, right? Like, Teo's a big-time rhythm.
But Wade didn't give Shakur an easy pass either. He pointed out that this is Shakur's defining moment, a fight where it's not enough to be great, he has to prove it against someone who can punch back and think at the same time. When Wade broke down the weight question, whether Shakur can carry it to 140, you could hear the skepticism, but not malice. This isn't theory anymore. This is reality check territory, and the sharpest part? Wade reminded us that styles make fights, and we shouldn't pretend Zapata and Teofimo are the same conversation. That's boxing delusion. As Wade framed it, this fight isn't about trash talk or viral tweets. It's about whether Shakur's control can withstand a fighter who refuses to be contained, and whether Teofimo's ambition can stay disciplined long enough to matter. That's not hype. That's pressure. And pressure always tells the truth.
His feet, with his movement, once he gets in that flow, it's a little bit tough to stop that ball rolling down the hill. If Shakur can just be an interrupter in this fight and interrupt timing, interrupt rhythm, interrupt momentum, I could see that being the way he wants to approach it and frustrating.
Right after Wade framed this fight as a test of timing, ego, and who's truly built for the moment, Breadman Edwards stepped in like the calm veteran in the room who's already seen this story unfold. He warned against underestimating Teofimo, noting that assuming Shakur will simply stroll through is exactly how people get embarrassed in hindsight. He acknowledged what's undeniable: Shakur's consistency is world-class. Every night, he delivers the same high-level performance. No surprises, no mystery boxes. That reliability is why the odds often tilt in his favor. But then Breadman flipped the script, highlighting why Teofimo is such a dangerous matchup when fully locked in. Athleticism, explosiveness, and confidence combine into a force that can become a serious threat in an instant.
Give you a basketball analogy. Shakur Stevenson averaged about 25 points a game, right? But every game he scored about 23, 24, 27, 28. He just had a good baseline. With Teofimo averaged about 22 points a game. Some games he only have 10, but other games he got 50.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
I really like the basketball analogy Breadman used. He compared Shakur to the player who reliably delivers 25 points every night, while Teofimo is the one who might drop 10, or erupt for 50 and ignite the entire arena. That's not inconsistency, it's pure volatility. And in boxing, volatility can win fights when it erupts at the perfect moment. Breadman also highlighted something many overlook: Teofimo doesn't freeze under pressure. He might swing hot and cold, but in the brightest lights, against Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, and even Barbosa, he's shown up. That matters far more than spotless scorecards. At the same time, Breadman didn't downplay the risk. He pointed out that Teofimo struggles when forced to chase elusive fighters, when he has to press instead of setting his own rhythm, precisely the kind of environment where Shakur thrives. That's the clear warning right there.
Is that the guys who've given Teofimo movement and the guys who've tried to he's tried to press, he hasn't looked good. But when he's made fighters come to him and he could kind of like line them up for his counter punches a little bit better. So he's obviously a fighter that likes you to come to him more than a fighter that likes to come to you and kind of stalk you down.
This fight isn't about roughing Shakur up or trying to intimidate him. It's about whether Teofimo can drag Shakur into his chaos without losing his own discipline. Breadman wasn't telling us to pick Teofimo, he was saying respect the ceiling. Because if Teofimo has one of those explosive nights, all the safe predictions go silent in an instant. This isn't about looking smooth for Instagram, it's about identity under pressure. Teofimo is chasing moments, always hunting for the night where chaos overpowers control and sheer belief becomes force. Shakur is chasing mastery, the slow, methodical dismantling of mistakes, the wind that never explodes but never lets up either. Every voice we heard, Tava, Wade, Breadman, keeps circling the same truth from different angles. If Shakur keeps the fight small, clean, and disciplined, he can turn this into a long night of frustration for Teofimo. But if Teofimo finds rhythm without losing structure, he can change everything in seconds. There's no safe outcome here. No scripted ending. Just two Olympians who've orbited each other for years, finally forced to collide while still sharp, still hungry, and still dangerous. That's why this fight matters, because whichever way it falls, someone's story will change forever. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Debate it. Shakur's precision versus Teofimo's volatility. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Boxing Stories.